Diablo.
Hi guys, hold on. Oh, remind me what I'm going to talk about home ec right now. Hold on. Hi guys, welcome back to the What Can Go Wrong podcast. My name is Jules, who that lot of Mexican bitch, overall Jules.
Ghost Hunter.
Ghost Hunter. And that's about it. Gaslighter? That's it. And to my right, I have...
Humble Pierre.
You humble?
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were going to go with like reminiscing or like...
No, I've changed.
Prolific. Okay, whatever. Humble Pierre. That's fine. So real quick, before we get into today's topic, right? If you can't tell, I'm drinking a new beer because I'm a little mad at Humex. Humex Hard Nectar. You chose not to sponsor me, so now I'm moving on to Stem Hard Cider. Okay? Stem Hard Cider. The best drink is your hibiscus drink. Please sponsor me. I'll say more about it.
It was 1 week.
1 week, and they didn't fucking sponsor me. So we decided that today's episode is going to be a reminiscent of when we used to live in the hood. We no longer live in the hood, but for a minute, we actually did live in the hood.
We did.
Okay. So Pierre came up with these ideas after smoking a couple... No, not a couple, like a couple puffs. You took a couple puffs and you came up with these ideas, right? And he said, Jules, I got fucking topic ideas. Here we fucking go. So we're going to start off with his first story.
So my therapist encouraged me.
Oh my God, your therapist, get out of here. We both know
they encouraged me to smoke some bud. And as I was writing, I was just like freestyle writing.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been in school where they're like, give you a piece of paper and they're like, write for 10 minutes?
I hated that. Because I was like, give me direction. Do you want to know like how my day went? Do you want to know who I hate? Do you want to know what I did yesterday?
No, not
like,
me.
do you want to know who my friend is? Like, give me direction. I hated freestyle writing.
I killed that shit. I'd be writing crazy as fuck.
With your left hand.
I know. So I started just
erasing as you wrote because
I'm a lefty.
You're too lazy to lift your hand up, you bitch. All right, go ahead.
Fuck.
Go ahead.
Do I have a pencil?
You
So
drag the bottom of your hand as you write. And so you're just, if you're writing on a chalkboard or a dry erase board, you're just erasing what you wrote.
And as I was freestyle writing,
yeah,
I was thinking of a thought that, how much I've changed over the years.
Your hairstyles have changed?
No. So I know it's hard to tell, but I did not like Jules for the majority of my youth.
Right.
And it wasn't just like I disliked you. I fucking hated you.
What did I do to you that to make you hate me?
How about embarrass me constantly? You used to hit me.
That's part of growing up. That's part of growing up.
Stand in the corner with phone books.
That's part of growing up.
So I used to I hated you so much. I used to think of how much jail time I would get if I fucking killed you.
No.
Yeah. I was like, how much years would I get? I used to imagine just stabbing you. I was like, the easiest way is go in while she's sleeping and fucking just start stabbing her.
And here I am sleeping innocently. Like, I had no idea.
You had those thoughts about me.
No, okay. The thoughts that I had about you were not thoughts that I would take you out. I was like, I hope a bus just runs this fucker over. Like, I hope he gets kidnapped. I know he's big, but I hope his kidnapper is bigger than him, takes him the fuck out of here, and then I don't got to deal with him no more. Those were my hopes.
I had hate in my heart for you. I used to imagine killing you. And now we do a podcast together.
Yeah, now we're cool. Now we're besties.
People change.
Yeah.
And so that came into mind, and immediately I was like, Pierre, I used to be a little, I used to be in the streets. I used to be one of them thugs. No.
Like a hoe?
No, I used to be a little thug.
Okay.
I'm saying a little scallywop. And I started, because we didn't have a dad. I know we always go back to this, but I didn't have a dad. And we had a new family move into the projects where we were living into.
Right.
Do you remember them?
Yeah, I hated them.
Abraham, Ariel, Denise, Daniel, Noé. There's probably more.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of unknown siblings that we don't know about. But those 4 or 5, whatever that was.
It was a big family.
Yeah.
There was like 10 people living in that house.
Yeah, they had uncles, aunts, all kinds of shit.
And I remember when I first met them, I was like, God damn, everybody in your family has crazy Mexican names.
Yeah.
Pierre, it doesn't stand out there. Julia, pretty Mexican.
First of all, it's Jules. Get it right, bitch.
Came from the East Side Projects.
Right.
Now they're living in the North Side.
They got kicked out of the East Side Projects, and they're like, let's go to the fucking hood-ass North Side.
And the North Side Projects, everybody repped NSM, North Side Mafia.
Right.
I fucking hated them. I hated all those dudes.
Why? Because you couldn't join them?
Because they were always talking to my older sister.
Oh, my
They'd be like, where's Don't Say at?
Yeah.
I was like, man, just give me $1, dog.
You're like, listen here, homie. I'll give you her number. I'll give you her pager number.
No. So I started to get to know this family.
Right.
And I'd always try to bring them over because we had the game systems at
right.
the time. Jules fucking hated them for no reason.
Absolutely.
They didn't do anything.
I knew that they were bad people to begin with.
How? Explain.
Because I could just tell. I could tell that these kids were no good. They got kicked out of the East Side Projects. You know what you got to do to get kicked out of the projects from the East Side? A lot, homie. A lot.
Probably miss a few dates of payment.
I don't fucking know. I just know that they got kicked out, and I was just like, I don't fucking like. And I went to school. I went to school with one of the sisters. I don't remember which one, but I went to school with one of them, and I didn't fuck with her at school either. And I'm like, your little brothers smell like piss. Mine do too, but those are my brothers. Like, don't be talking shit that my brothers smell like piss when your brothers smell like piss too, bitch.
Jules is laying it on like. I would bring him over. I would knock on the door. I'd pop my head in and say, hey, Abraham and Ariel are coming in.
Oh, my God.
We'd go straight upstairs. Jules made it a point to embarrass the fuck out of us.
Every single time. Every single time. I was like, please let me know when you coming in. And you know I'm in the fucking living room watching TV.
She'd be like, tell your fucking friends they can't have no water.
Yeah.
If they want water, get it from the bathroom sink.
No, I told them to go get the hose. I said, bitch, you were not getting water in my house.
For no reason.
Don't even come in and use the bathroom. Like, who the fuck do you think you are?
People hated you.
I don't give a fuck.
For no reason.
No, they had valid reasons to hate me, but it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. I was an angry child who didn't have a dad, bitch. I didn't have a dad. So what are you talking shit to me for?
So, Abraham and Ariel came from the East Side.
Right.
I don't know why I never asked.
You knew them for that long and you never asked why they got kicked out. Well, whatever.
So, they started hanging out with us, and we were hanging out with them every single day, and they started saying, oh, East Side this, East Side that, because they were from the East Side Projects. I was like, what does that mean? And they were like, we're from East Side Pachuco. And I was like, oh, fuck, man. Pachuco, that sounds Mexican as fuck, dog.
Yeah.
I never questioned if it was a legit gang. They just said they were part of East Side Pachucos.
Mind you, these are little Mexican ass, like 8, 9, 10-year-old little kids claiming sets.
They were talkers. They sold me.
Yeah. Okay.
So the fact that I didn't fuck with any of the Northsiders, I immediately started claiming East Side.
Right.
You've
never lived there.
Never been there.
You don't know which. You're looking north, and you don't know which way is east.
I like the color blue.
Is that their color?
Yeah, East Side's blue.
I don't fucking know. I just know North Side is red.
And I do hate the color red. To this day,
you refuse to wear red. I
I
know.
red.
I've tried to get you gifts, and I'm like, no, he don't fucking like red. He don't fuck with red. Don't give him no red shit.
And I remember I was all about the set. I was writing that shit in my journal, my fucking planners, all East Side.
The S with the 6 lines.
No.
You know the 6 lines, and then you do.
I couldn't do it. I always fucked that up. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
So I started claiming that set. And what happens when you start claiming the set is you get involved with other gangs.
Right.
Did you know I was a gang member at this time?
I highly doubt you were a fucking gang member.
In 5th grade?
You were not a gang member in 5th grade.
I had been expelled.
5th grade, you're like 9 years old.
I was claiming that shit.
Here we go.
And I remember there was a few times shit got real where we had to jump a motherfucker.
You jumped somebody else?
Oh, yeah.
How did you get into the gang? Let's talk about that.
So, because the only East Siders in the whole projects was this family.
Yeah. Everybody else was North Side.
And so sometimes they would get jumped. They'd be walking to the store.
Yeah.
Back from home. They would get jumped. And I remember Abraham got jumped. And he was younger. He was a young cat.
Yeah, he was like 7.
So all we needed to do was look for somebody in red.
Right.
So we went around the block. We went to the rec center because that's the first place they're at.
Yeah, they love to be at
the
the rec
center. We ran up
center.
on this motherfucker. I was about it. Because they were like, you down for the set? I was like, fuck yeah, Holmes. I'm down for the
For
set.
what?
Family.
Oh my
Unity.
God, whatever.
My dad wasn't around.
Oh, Hannah. Go ahead. Go ahead, homie.
We ran up on this we beat the fuck out of this fool.
Do you know who he was?
No.
He was just wearing a red t-shirt. You were like, I don't give a fuck who he is.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and I didn't really do any like cheap
Damage?
shots.
You didn't do no damage?
Yeah. I just like gave light kicks.
You were like, I don't really want to hurt you because I don't got a dad.
And I felt good about myself because we all fucking like, yeah, man, for the raza, we got that food for Abran.
Oh my God. This dude had nothing to do with Abran getting jumped.
He was wearing red. He was decked out. He was flamed out. Red shirt, pants.
Flamed out. Get out of here.
And a few days later, I was hanging on the front porch. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the corner store. I want some chips. So I go to the store. Grown-ass adults, men, pull up in a car. They surround me. They're like, yo, what's up? What set you claim? Like a G, I was like, what's up? I claim Eastside. Eastside Pachuco. Fool, what's up?
Oh, my God. You didn't even know what Eastside Pachuco was. You only knew your other 10-year-old friends were part of this club.
No, Pachucos, they wear the zoot suits. They wear the hats.
All right, go ahead.
I got hit. I immediately started crying. I was like, yo, if they feel bad for me, they won't jump me.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, maybe this gang life isn't for me.
Yeah.
Possibly. It
Yeah.
could not be for me.
Yeah. Wait. Before you move on to your next fucking story, I have a fucking story about living in the hood. So, there was a family that lived, I don't fucking know.
Across the way.
Across
the courtyard.
Across the way from us. And they only had a mom as well. They didn't have a dad either. And I just remember the mom would yell and she would whistle to get her kids to come home. So,
as soon as I legit had a flashback right now.
Yeah. Do you remember her? So this is what she would yell. Christina! Esteban! Estrella! Those were those kids' names, right? Christina, Esteban, and Estrella. Okay? Now, I went to school with Estrella, or Star, for you English speakers. My older sister went to school with Christina. And then Esteban, nobody gives a fuck about him, right? So there was some shit that went down where Estrella and I were talking shit to each other, like at school. We didn't fuck with each other. I was like, girl, I don't fuck with you and you don't fuck with me. Like, get the fuck out of my face, bitch. We both live in the fucking hood, but
my mom don't yell for my name.
Yeah, my mom, at least I don't have a fucking whistle where I have to run home like a dog. Okay? Because I stay home. I don't fucking go out in these streets. So, her older sister one day was out in the backyard. So the backyard for us was a concrete backyard with closed wire hangers. Okay? It was just wire hangers.
It was big too.
Yeah, it was a fucking, think of like a tennis ball court, but without the tennis. It was just
clothes hangers.
Yeah,
nobody dried their clothes out there because they get stolen.
Yeah, people would steal the shit. So she's like, oh, hey, why don't you call that fucking bitch over here that was talking shit to you at school?
Who said that?
Christina. So the older sister. The older sister's like, she tells the girl that I go to school with, Estrella, call that bitch out here. She was like, hey, fucking bitch. And I heard her sister talking shit about me.
We always had the windows open.
Yeah. And I was like, who the fuck is talking shit about me? You know goddamn well, I'm 10 years old. I'm not backing down from no bitch. So I go out there and I'm like, what, bitch? What? And I was like, yeah, I was talking shit about your sister. She smells like piss. What the fuck you gonna do about it? She's like, we gonna fight. And I was like, well, let's fucking fight then, bitch.
Was I there?
No, you weren't there. Mind you, I had not hit my growth spurt. Okay? I was 10 years old. I didn't even have a period. I didn't know what the fuck life was about. Okay? But I was just like, yeah, bitch, we could fucking throw down. I seen bitches box. So I'm just like, I'm about that shit, right? I'm ready to go.
I beat up my little brothers all the time, motherfucker. You ain't shit.
I was like, you don't fucking know who you fucking with. I don't got a dad. I got anger in my heart. So I was like, let's fucking go. So I come out. We meet concrete, middle of summer. Heat is pounding down on us. And immediately I start sweating, right? Because the heat is killing me.
It's like a crowd of people forming.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming outside.
She was like, she looked confused at first. She was like, the fuck you doing out here? And I was like, no, you want to talk some shit? Let's talk some shit. Let's fucking throw down. Let's go. Let's fucking go. We could squabble right here. And she's like, let's fucking go. And I was like, bet, bitch. So what do? I take the first punch that I can take. The first punch that I can take. Boom.
Swipe.
Right in the jaw. Right in the jaw. And I was like, I hope this fucking works. 10 years old. Dummy who doesn't know how to fight quite just yet.
Yeah.
And so what does she do? She goes, ha ha, bam, boom, clocks me right in my fucking ear. Right in the ear.
She was like, my stepdad taught me this one.
And I was like, bitch, I got tubes in my ear. She fucking knocks me down. She punches me so hard. She fucking knocks me down. The first thing I yell is, I got tubes in my ear. That's the first thing I yell.
Trying to plead to her humanity.
No, I'm not pleading. I'm like, bitch, that's not how we fight. I got tubes in my ear. That's not fair. Fight with the fucking fair fight rules. Stupid me. Stupid me. I had no idea. Bitches fight like fucking hoes, okay? Bitches don't give a fuck about rules.
To the death. To the death.
To the death. Boom. She fucking punches me in my ear. And I was like, bitch, that fucking hurt. And I was like, I got tubes in my ear. Because I had a lot of ear infections. So I had tubes in my ear. I was like, you stupid fucking bitch. I gather my shit. I run home and I fucking go in the fucking bathroom and I cry. That was my first fucking fight that I ever had. And that's how I learned how to actually fight. What is your reaction to my first fight?
I was happy as fuck when I heard about that. I was like, yo, she needed that.
She knocked the tubes out of my ear. I was 10 years old, knocked the tubes out of my fucking ear. Anyway, all right. Before we continue on to the next story, we'll be right back, guys.
Hey.
Hi, guys. Can you give me a beer, please?
You said please.
Can you stop being a bitch and give me a beer?
Into the abyss.
Into the abyss, or a cider. All right. Well, Pierre is doing this STEM hard cider. If you don't want to be on my shit list, please sponsor me. Hold on. Here we go. Put this shit up. STEM hard cider. Bam, bam, bam. The hibiscus is bomb. All right. Are you ready? 3, 2. Do you see that shit? Anyway, hold on. Pinkies up, bitch. All right. Before we went to commercial, we were talking about how my tubes got knocked out of my fucking ear.
How you got humbled?
I did get humbled. I was 10 years old.
Humbled like a motherfucker.
But I was like, no, maybe I was like 12. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. And that's where I was like, never again, bitch. Like, that is, what does this say? The villain origin story? That's what happened. That's my villain origin story.
That's where you learned to start calling the cops, bitch.
No, that's not where I learned to start calling the cops. I'm just saying, like, bitch, that's where I was like, oh, never again am I going to get fucking caught off guard. I already lost the tubes in my right ear. I'm never going to lose the tubes in my left ear. I don't know what happened to the tubes in my left ear, but whatever. Anyway, do you have another story?
Yeah, so, at this point, I was hard east side.
Oh, my God.
I was repping that shit.
Yeah, you guys had beat up the guy with the red shirt, or the red shirt, the red pants, the red socks, or whatever.
We got into some fights too. It wasn't just bullshit. We did some work. All right? We did some work.
Okay.
Unbeknownst to me, our mom couldn't make ends meet. We ended up getting kicked out of the projects. Do you remember this?
We didn't get kicked out of the projects.
Why'd we move to Thornton then?
Because we had too much money.
Get the fuck out of here.
I kid you not. She paid $10,000 for that place in Thornton. They took a Xerox, a fucking copy of the money. She had $10,000. They fucking found it in the bank account. And that's how we fucking did the down payment in Thornton. She thought we was moving up and moving out of the east side or the north side.
But I couldn't get my school clothes?
No.
She moved us there?
Because she had $10,000.
Why did you guys keep this from me? I thought we got kicked out.
No, we were rule followers. She just had to, they fucking found us out. We had too much money in the bank.
Okay, so then we moved to Thornton.
Because you guys were thieves, so she couldn't hide the money in the house. So she had to put the money in the bank where you guys couldn't get to it. And then it turns out that her older sister got to it. It doesn't matter. We're not talking about that right now. We moved. We moved out of the hood.
So we moved from Denver to Thornton to a trailer park.
Right.
At this point, I'm in middle school.
Right.
The closest school was like 2 blocks away, Niver Creek. So we moved, and immediately I'm like, fuck, man, I'm the new kid at school. I was already established at our middle school. You know what I'm saying? Because I got into it. I showed the fuck out.
Oh, my God, whatever.
This new school, I was like, fuck, man, I was worried. So as soon as I walk in, it's nothing but white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Thornton hadn't been taken over at this point, so it was nothing but white school kids.
Yeah.
They had home ec. I took that class.
What the fuck did you learn in home ec?
How to make, it was like potatoes. It was something like
Potato. Have you had the potatoes that you make, bitch? You make terrible potatoes.
That's mashed potatoes. This was just like regular potatoes with like onions.
You make terrible potatoes as a whole, bitch.
Can I tell my story?
Go for it, bitch. Go for it. Let's go.
So, just like jail, you got to link up with gente.
Right.
So my first day, I'm looking around the lunchroom. I'm like, yeah. And there was one dude off in the corner. He had slick back hair. Like that pomade?
Yeah.
Like slick back hair?
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm going to go over there.
Tres flores all the way.
All day. So I sit over there and I start talking to people. And, people, because my size, they know my worth.
Oh, my God, whatever.
Little did I know, these foods were all sureños. I just accidentally sat down at the sureño table.
No.
Because I don't fucking know, like white shirts, dickies, everybody was just like coordinating.
Right.
I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
So I sit at the table and then 5 minutes later I find out it's a sureño table. Now there are 2 things I can do. I can get up and go.
Yeah.
Or I can immerse myself because I don't know how long I'm going to be up here. And I was like, fuck that, bro. Ain't nobody jumping
Get up
me.
and go, homie. Fuck these motherfuckers and their slick back hair and their fucking tres flores. They all live with their mama.
No.
They don't know how to press their own fucking pants. Okay. You know what? Jules, stop it. Go ahead.
So I start to get to know everybody.
Right.
You know me, I'm a fucking salesman. I'm funny as shit. People love me.
Yeah.
So I start fucking with them and then, 1 week becomes a month, becomes a year. And then I'm like, you know what? I think I'm ready for some shit. Because people already thought I was a sureño because I hung out with them.
Yeah.
Now, I already had the other set over there in North Denver.
Yeah, the East Side Pachucos.
But they weren't here right now.
Yeah.
I was a little bit of a hopper.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Homie hopper.
I was.
All right.
So I started hanging out with these fools, and then shit started getting serious. And they're like, "You want to be down with the clique?" I was like, "Bro, I'm about this shit, dog."
Oh my God. I would never.
I got jumped in.
How many people jumped you?
4 dudes. They were older
4
than me.
dudes fucked you up.
It was funny because it was just like another normal day.
Yeah.
We were gonna go over to his house and hang out. I can't say his name.
Why? We talk about fucking all these people's names. We don't give a fuck on this podcast.
You might find him.
So what?
His name was Jose. His name was Jose.
Jose. How many Mexicans are named Jose? Oh my! All of that for a fucking Jose? Juan Jose. Like, get the. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So we go to Jose's house. As we're walking to his house, because he lived in a trailer too.
Right.
So we're walking to his place. He was like, "Yeah, man, you want to be down?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm about that shit." He was like, "This ain't no game. This is for life." I was like, "Bro, where the fuck am I going? Where the fuck? I'm about this shit, dog. You testing me?"
Yeah.
He was like, "All right, we'll see." So we get to his house. When we get there, there's 30 motherfuckers hanging out in his fucking yard.
Oh my God.
And there's some older cats too. But it's
The
some young,
veteranos.
yeah, so younger cats come up, they circle us. It's like 6 guys circle me. He was like, "Yo, you about this shit?" I was like, "Bro, I'm about this shit."
How old were you at this point?
I was
Like 13?
I think it was 10th grade.
Okay.
So I've seen some movies. I saw Colors, Gangs of New York,
Okay, go ahead.
Blood In, Blood Out. I knew it was gonna happen. As soon as they start swinging on me, I fucking turtle the fuck up.
You didn't try to swing back?
Oh fuck no! It was 5 dudes.
Get one of them. Get one of them.
They took it easy on me too, because I could tell by the punches.
Yeah.
Because I got a big ass back.
Yeah.
They kept hitting me in my back, but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
2 minutes go by. After they let up, I was like, I'm a part of something. I've done something with my life.
I got
Fuck
siblings
yeah,
that love me.
Jules, if she talks shit, I'm gonna send the homies her way.
Bet, bitch, let's go.
I was about it. I was sold in.
Yeah.
So I kept getting in trouble at school. And this was a white ass school.
Right.
And they had a resource officer there.
Right.
You know, one day I get caught ditching. I was doing something. I can't remember what I was doing, but they ended up putting me in the cop car. And they're like, "Hey, Pierre, we know you're affiliated."
Affiliated?
Like,
you got tattoos and shit?
I was like, "Affiliated? Homie, I'm pura clica, dog. I'm about that shit." And he was like, "All right, well, you know, we caught you. I think it was weed. I had weed on me."
Okay. This is before weed was legal in Colorado.
And they got me. They're like, "You know, you could do 10 years for this.
Yeah.
We caught you. And you had it in a bag that's distributing."
Yeah. You're like, it's personal use, motherfucker.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Why don't you come in the car with us? We're actually looking for a real bad guy. Do you want to help us find a real bad guy?"
Fuck no. Fuck no, homie. You want me to be a snitch? A CI? Fuck no.
I was like, "What's in it for me?"
Yeah, you got a
They're
fucking
like,
big double?
We'll forget all this little marijuana deal.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, "All right, what do I got to do?" And they start explaining that the people I've been hanging out with, they've started like an auto theft ring.
Oh, shit.
Like they were stealing cars. Like the
They're
Sorios were stealing
legit.
cars.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Do you know anybody higher up?" I was like, "Nah, bro, I don't know nothing."
Yeah.
And he was like, "That's crazy because we've heard from multiple people that you know." I can't even remember the dude's name. Juan. And that got me. I believed him. I was like, "Who told you that?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, maybe I know him. Maybe I don't know him."
Yeah.
He was like, "How about you go in the car with us? You know, you point out the person that's been stealing cars, and then we'll forget all about this."
Fuck no. Put that shit in writing. Let me talk to my attorney. Shut the fuck up.
I was like, "You're not going to call my mom, right?"
Yeah.
"No, we won't call your mom." I was like, "Bet, let's do this." Because my plan wasn't to point him out. It was to point out somebody else.
Yeah.
Some random person.
Yeah. The fucking homeless dude that was like asking for $20 for his rent.
So we get in the fucking cop car. I'm in the back.
Yeah.
And
windows are not tinted.
they're not. And I was like, "Fucking snitch."
Yeah.
You feel like a fucking snitch.
You do?
And so I see the dude that they were looking for. And I point out some random buddy. Somebody random. They're like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, that's the dude I met. That's the dude I heard."
That squad right there. He's the ringleader of it all.
They ended up letting me go.
They were like, "Fuck you, nigga." Like,
they shouldn't have been able to do that because I was a minor.
Yeah.
Lawyer had to be present.
Yeah.
You
No,
can't
a
ask
parent, at least a parent has to be present when you're being questioned with a fucking cop.
Law and Order. I wish I would have started watching Law and Order much younger.
Yeah, exactly. I learned all kinds of shit from Law and Order.
And then we moved back to the north side.
Yeah, we went
We were
back
in
to
there
the
for
hood.
like a year or two.
Back to the fucking hood. We were like, hey, that $10,000 only got us so far.
It almost felt like, you know, when girls are lesbians for college. You know what I'm saying? But like they become a lesbian during college.
Okay.
That's how I felt with gangs. Because as soon as we went back, I was like, "What's up? Puro East Side, bud."
You were like, I'm back to being straight. I'm not that gay bitch that I
almost got
pretend
fucked
to be.
up. I almost got fucked up.
Why?
With those charges, those cops.
Yeah. But they couldn't do shit. You were a fucking minor. All they were trying
Where
to
were
do.
you, bitch? Where were you?
I was
Strong
busy
arm.
doing homework, bitch. I was busy watching Law and Order, learning all of these things. They can't fucking question a minor without their parent or fucking guardian being present. Fuck that shit. But you know what I do remember when we went back?
What?
So I was in middle school, I think, at this point, right? And my older sister had convinced me that, hey, it's a great idea to smoke weed, marijuana. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great fucking idea.
Yeah, I want to be a part of it.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, why would I not? So she's like, here's a little bit of weed, stems, seeds. You fucking, you light the pipe and it fucking pops because there's seeds in that shit. Is terrible. So anyway, there were some, they were doing remodeling, right?
Yeah.
And so we went to one of the abandoned houses, boom, kicked down the door, right? And we go to the was it the bathroom or the bedroom? I don't fucking remember.
It was the bedroom.
It was the bedroom.
Because we were scared like Jason or like some supernatural shit.
Yeah.
We had to check out every single room.
I was like, hold on. And all they were doing was painting the fucking place.
Why'd you bring us?
I don't fucking know.
We were breaking into a house.
Yeah, we were breaking into an abandoned house.
Maybe mom was like, watch them. Watch your brothers.
Watch these dumb motherfuckers because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I'm like, all right, bitch, I'm going to go smoke some weed. And so we go.
Took your younger brothers
Yeah.
to an abandoned house
You
to go smoke some weed.
Yeah. where I was like, I only got a little bit. I got like a 5, like a, what is it? A nickel. I got a fucking nickel bag. And I'm like, so don't be thinking that you're going to smoke up all my weed. You can have some of this hash, this resin. I don't fucking know.
That black resin. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that shit hurts your lungs.
Scraping that shit. I remember. Because it was a metal pipe that we were smoking.
It was a metal pipe, purple metal pipe. And so we're hitting the fucking pipe. And I'm like, I get the first hit. I paid the $5. And so I take the first hit. And I'm like, fuck, this pipe is getting warm. And I'm like, all right, next person. So I hand it over to the next person and whatever. By the time it gets to you, was it already hot?
It was pretty warm.
Yeah.
And I had asthma.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys were doing smoking weed with me. Stupid ass motherfuckers.
I remember when I hit it, there was no more weed.
Yeah.
It's what the kids called cash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was all ash. And so when I light it, I just feel a hot flame in the back of my throat. It was pretty bad. Yeah. But it felt like a crack pipe because it was an all metal pipe. That shit was hot as fuck.
First of all, crack pipes are fucking glass, homie.
Not back in the day.
Really? I thought crack pipes were always glass. Oh.
That fucking metal pipe you gave me was hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Burned my fucking lips.
Oh, yeah. That's why. Like, why your lips so black? Because you smoke all that weed. All the roaches. You know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway. So, let's move on from... Well, actually, we have another story to talk about. So, recently, 2 days ago, we were looking for a desk and a TV. We. This is for the podcast. So we're looking to upgrade some studio stuff, but we don't got money like that, where we can just go to Best Buy and get shit. So we were on Facebook Marketplace.
The new Craigslist.
And so I'm messaging these motherfuckers and I'm like trying to get some shit on a deal. And I'm like trying to get a fucking deal, right? So I
on your fake profile.
On my fake profile, yeah. It's not even a real profile. It's a guy profile. So this, was it a guy? No, it was a girl. So this girl messages me back and tells me that, hey, I live in these apartment complexes like 20 minutes from your place. And I was like, bet, let's go. So I tell Pierre, I'm like, hey, the last time, remember that creepy guy, he tried to fucking kill me. He told me come to the back to get this fucking TV. And I was like, nah, homie, you can bring it to the front. And he was like, I'm not doing all that shit. So I was like, I'm not going to the back because you're going to fucking skin me alive. So we're driving down the highway to get to this bitch's place. Okay?
Can I say something?
What?
You a goddamn lie, bitch.
What is that a lie for? What did I lie about?
I told you what I was doing for the day. I was like, I'm not doing anything. And you were like, when you got the message to go get that fucking desk.
Yeah.
You were like, hey, I need you to come with me. And just in case you don't want to come, remember that time I made you dinner this week?
Yeah.
You immediately called it into, I was like.
Yeah, you want dinner tonight or you don't want dinner ever?
I was like, all right, fuck, whatever. All right. I didn't want to fucking go with you.
And
you only told me it was one.
I didn't want to go either. I didn't want to go either. I know I lied to you. I didn't tell you about the second trip. I was trying to line them up.
Okay. Now I got that off my chest.
Yeah. So this bitch tells us, hey, I live at these apartment complexes. It's 20 minutes from your house. And I was like, it's not even that far. So it's springtime. So it's been raining here in Denver. And it poured. Okay? Poured the other day. And so we're on the highway. It's a 4-lane highway. We're in the 3rd lane. Okay? And this huge, like, pickup Ford 350 drives, they're in the 1st lane. And they fucking gun it. And what happens? There's a charco of water. There's a pool of water.
Charco?
A charco. That's what they call a pool. A fucking
Fact
puddle.
check that shit. I don't believe you.
Puddle of water. Fact checkers. A charco of water is a pool of water. So this motherfucker, whoom, goes through the water. There's a car to my right and a car to my left. Okay? Remember, we're the 3rd of 4 lanes. So the 1st lane is that fucking Ford F-150 or 350 that fucked us all up. And what does it do? It creates this huge waterfall of water. Okay? It gets all the way to my fucking windshield. The 3rd lane, bitch. The 3rd lane. It gets, and it's like a bucket of water is, like more than a bucket, is drenched on the fucking windshield.
Muddy ass water.
Muddy. My fucking windshields are already going fast as they can go. And I can't see shit. And what do? I hit the brake like a stupid bitch. And then, hold on, bitch, before you fucking judge me.
I almost jumped in.
before you fucking judge me, I said out loud, I said, Jules, hit the gas, bitch. You know this highway. Whoop. So I hit the gas. I can't see a goddamn thing. The fucking, the water is still coming down because it's like a fucking waterfall. It's coming down, hitting the fucking windshield. My windshield wipers are doing everything that they can. They can't stop the water. I'm like, dear baby Jesus, we about to die. We about to fucking die for a fucking desk. What did you think at that moment? I'm going to tell the listeners, obviously we lived, right? Obviously we lived. But what did you think at that moment when the fucking water came down?
I was like, yeah, this is exactly how I'm going to die. This is exactly doing some shit for Jules that I didn't want to fucking do in the first place.
So
this is how I'm going to fucking die. So when we're driving down the highway, this is already kind of late.
Yeah.
And I see the big ass truck do the first wave.
Yeah.
And the only thought, I was like, that's a pretty big fucking puddle.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the puddle had reached us.
Yeah.
When the
you didn't warn me at all. I didn't see any of that.
I thought it was way the fuck over there.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that puddle was fucking big.
Yeah, that motherfucker went fast as fuck through that fucking puddle.
And we're doing like 60 at this point.
Yeah. You know I don't go under 75.
All I kept thinking was like, yeah, this is Jules. You did it. You fucking did it. You fucking killed me. I was scared. But I didn't say shit. I was like, I ain't going out screaming.
Yeah.
I just got real quiet and I was like, Lord's going to get us through this.
I just remember saying, out loud, I said, bitch, go straight. Boom. Hit the fucking gas and went fucking straight. And I was like, you know this highway, bitch.
And then we finally cleared it. We stayed silent.
Yeah.
For like a good minute because we were like, whoo. That was fucking close.
That was a close one. Yeah. I had to have like inner conversations with myself before I could even talk to fucking Pierre. I couldn't talk to him. I was like, my fucking hands were clammy. I couldn't fucking have a conversation. I wasn't ready.
It was fucking close.
Yeah, it was a close one. When we got out, I was like, bitch, you're still straight in the fucking lane. I was still in my correct lane the whole time. I want to be very clear.
And Papa, you're like, I did good, bitch.
Yeah. And so at the end, we ended up talking about it, right? We're like, fuck, that scared the fuck out of me. He was like, yeah, bitch, I thought you was about to kill me. And I was like, I thought I was going to kill us too. It was absolutely terrible. Any other thoughts?
For a fucking TV.
For a TV. For a
TV that was a 32-inch that was not a 32.
It was not a 32-inch TV. That motherfucker got us. I was like, hold on. Like, when he handed it to me, I was like, this doesn't look like a 32-inch TV.
You're like, whatever.
I was like, whatever. We've come too far. Do you know the risk that I've taken? But we also went to get a desk, and the fucking power went out in the parking garage to this apartment complex. It was listen, people. So the moral of the story is stop fucking doing shit on Facebook Marketplace. It is a terrible place. Don't ever do it. It's a stupid fucking place. You're wasting your time. You risking your life. Don't fucking do it. That's all that I have to say about that.
We're going to do it next week because we still need some shit.
What else do we need?
It's every fucking time we try to get Facebook Marketplace, it's always some shit.
Yeah, don't do it. I'm just telling you guys, like, PSA, don't fucking do it. What else do we need? We have everything we need. Anyway, I need to pee. I know. But
you're at that age.
I'm at that age. Yeah. I don't have the issues that you have. But I'm at that age. Anyway, guys, we'll be right back, guys.
Hey.
I guess since we have bullshit motherfuckers over here that don't want to do shit for
equality.
Ladies, fuck you. I'm gonna do my beer first because ladies first.
How dare you assume my gender?
And then your bullshit ass little whatever from the abyss. Anyway, Stem Hard Cider. Hit a girl up. These fucking pants.
Are you even following them?
I will before this podcast drops. Look at that. This is the pear flavor. Stem Cider. My name is Jules, Juliana, la Mexican bitch. Sponsor me, and I'll say great things about you the whole time. Look at this. Stem Cider. This fucking is great. Do you think Miller Lite, or what is yours?
Yeah. American. This is American right here.
I'm sure these folks are American too. 5.3 alcohol. I'm not going to read the rest. It doesn't matter. All right, ready? 3, 2.
You raggedy bitch. Who taught you how to count?
That's what happens when you make me grab your beer, bitch.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. So we were talking about near-death experiences, but now comes the segment of the podcast that Pierre, it's his favorite fucking segment. Favorite of all. Wait, don't tell them what it is. I want them to guess it. Have you guessed? All right, what's your favorite segment?
Motherfucking shout-outs.
Shout-outs, motherfuckers. And okay, so do you think people shut this part off, or do you think they're like, let me see if they fucking shouted me out?
No.
I think people shut it off. They're like, I don't give a fuck that you're going to fucking shout out random people.
No, people want to hear it. They want to
hear
listen
it
from start to end.
I don't think so. I'm going to try to look at the analytics and see if they shut off like right before the fucking shout out started. It's too much work. I'm not going to do that. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, all right, we're going to start off with, like I mentioned, we did go to a Spanish comedy show. So this is a combo shout out for Rebecca and
Israel
Avila.
You didn't say you were going to put the flavor on it, bitch.
Bitch, I put the flavor on all the fucking names. Anyway, we went to a Spanish comedy show that was held where, Pierre?
At a barbershop.
At a motherfucking barbershop.
It was nice, though. It was spacious. We're going to talk about it another time. I was just about to get into it.
Yeah.
But first off, shout out to Israel and Rebecca.
First of all, I'm going to tell you guys, you didn't even check our tickets. We said
we were going to talk about it another time.
That's all I need to say. That's all I'm going to say is they didn't even fucking check my tickets. What I pay the money for if you're not going to check my tickets? Made me feel better. Like, I could have gone there as a scammer, gotten a free fucking show. I didn't. I paid for the tickets because I thought they were going to double check. Because they typically check the tickets.
Move on to Bombtastic.
All right, next one. Shout out to motherfucking Bombtastic. Thank you for being such a fucking loyal listener. Well, you don't have to be. You don't have to be a loyal listener, Bombtastic. Like, we know that we're degenerates. We understand that. But we appreciate you actually listening and posting us, supporting us.
You're telling her not to be a good person. That's what you're saying. You're saying Bombtastic, don't be a good person.
I'm just saying, Bombtastic, you don't have to be.
We appreciate you. She's been with us for a minute.
Yeah, she's been with us. Like, I don't know how she heard about us. Bombtastic, tell us how you heard about us. But your co-host, Travi Pie, has not messaged us for a very long time, which tells me or leads me to believe that he has not listened to any episodes lately.
He's busy.
He's busy doing what?
Full-time job. He has a kid.
So do I. Okay, I don't have a kid, but that don't matter.
Full-time job and he has a kid.
Full-time job. I got the same fucking thing, homie.
He has life.
Listen, Travi Pie. I'm looking at this camera directly at you, okay? If you're listening to the audio, find us on YouTube. And you're going to fucking see the seriousness in my fucking eyes. If you don't message us what's happening in your fucking life and telling us that you're going to move to Colorado, I don't want you as a listener. Remember, we talked about this. You're supposed to listen to us while you're putting your socks together. Okay? I listened to all your guys' episodes. Okay? And I don't know. Should I boycott the episode that he's not on?
You can't threaten people to listen to the podcast.
That's how I treat Travi Pie. Travi Pie, he's the only one that I will threaten. Travi Pie,
moving on to the next shout out.
All right, who's the next shout out?
Motherfucking Gina.
Gina, my bestie.
I'm glad that I live in the generation that I do now.
Okay.
You know, where I could do some suspect things, but me and Gina, we have a love for Pedro Pascal.
Okay.
Like, she is constantly posting thirst traps.
Right.
For this dude. I like him. You know, I can't post that shit myself, but
you're like, girl, and you send Gina the picture that she should post. Put our boy up.
If it came between the two of us, like if Pedro Pascal was in front of us,
yeah,
and he had to choose, I'm not giving him the choice. I'm taking that shit.
Yeah,
Gina, you're not gonna be able to take it away from me.
Sorry, Gina, I can't help you, girl. Pierre will fucking trample over you for some Pedro Pascal, okay? But we appreciate the thirst traps that you post about him.
Next, we're going to do Reyes.
Motherfucking Brian Reyes. All right, we're not going that long. We saw that you went to go see Alfred Robles. We're going to see him on June 21st. He's going to be here in Denver. So we got VIP tickets because that's how we roll. First of all, that's how I roll. Okay,
I don't roll like that.
I roll like that. Okay, we got VIP tickets. Tell us how you think his set went. Like, did it go well? Did anything happen?
How was security?
How was security? Yeah. We need to know.
Search us?
Yeah.
We need to know this shit.
Because I plan on taking tampon shots. And if they're going to fucking take my tampon shots, I'll just fill them with water if that's the case. All right, let's move on to motherfucking Brian Peru.
Why you gotta do all that? Brian Peru.
Why you gotta make it sound all fucking white, bro? That's embarrassing.
Peru. Shout out. You know, he gets me.
How?
Brian fucking gets me. So he sends me memes, and I'm on there. You know, I'm on the streets. I know fucking memes.
I thought you were gonna say you're on the spectrum.
Well, that has to do with it. So it's very rare that people show me videos that I haven't seen before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Brian sends me videos that make me fucking die.
I can't watch him. After he sent the video that made me gag, I can't watch anything that he sends.
Maybe
Be better.
Look at his videos sometimes. Shout out.
No, anyway, shout out, Brian.
Thank you for the videos.
Yeah.
Send me more of that shit. I love that shit. Well, we're not laughing at them.
No, I am.
We're laughing with them.
I don't think they're laughing, homie. It doesn't matter. Anyway, shout out to motherfucking Alviso.
Bitch, how was I supposed to know that? How was I supposed?
You're supposed to fucking connect with me mentally. I did the al.
You look at me like I was supposed to know.
Yes, fucking look at me. I did the al.
Yeah.
You should have picked up at the al. Ready? We'll do it again. Okay, future Julie, make sure you fix this here. Ready? Next shout out comes to Alviso. Yeah, motherfucker. Our drunk. Oh no, do we call him our drunk uncle? I don't know. We that boys. We that motherfucking boys.
I die a little bit every time you tell me what to do, and I do it. Every fucking. I'm like, why do you do it, man? Look how she treats you. Why do you fucking do it?
Because otherwise you gonna get the cops called
fucking
on you.
Bitch.
You know what? We need to talk about the time that I called the cops on you. But we're not gonna talk about that right now because that's another story for another day.
Alviso.
That's who we them boys.
Mr. Brown Eyes.
No, Hazel Eyes.
They do. Fuck, they do.
You fucked his eye color up?
I haven't seen him in a while. So shout out, you know, I see he's been posting model cars, you know, where you like put cars together. And
you know what? I want to see if he can do a model car of a Bronco and we can give that for Father's Day to our older brother. Because, you know, we don't have a dad. So Alviso, if you want to hook a sister up, and, you know, get us a gift for our oldest brother, because that's what we consider our dad. We're willing to take that. We got a P.O. box. We'll send that over to you. It's in the description of the notes. If anybody wants to send us anything, our P.O. box is always listed there. Please don't send us any weird shit because we've gotten some weird things. But we've also, Jonathan has sent us some cool ass shit. I've run out of it. Jonathan, can I just tell you, I've run out of some of the
beer salt.
The beer salt. So I'm not asking for you to refill it. I'm just informing you that I've run out of it. That's all.
I was like, bitch, those are eggs. That shit's supposed to go on beers. You're like, no, it's all good.
It goes on everything. I cook chicken up, a little bit of that shit. I put it on everything, just so you know. But I've run out of it. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining the podcast. Is there anything else that you need to tell anybody before? So you feel heard?
I'm thinking.
I'm letting you. You know what? I have a fucking bone to pick. Ask the fellas. We haven't heard from your bitch asses in a minute. How about you fucking post a podcast? Okay, it's free and you pay everybody $1. I don't fucking know what you guys pay each other, but how about you fucking post an episode? How about that? Okay, how about you guys fucking do your job, get together, post a fucking podcast episode, and do your fucking job and bring us some laughter.
Why can't you be nice about it? Why you gotta be so mean?
That was nice. I didn't say one cuss word. Maybe I did. I don't know.
Ask the fellas. We don't know what you're going through. Maybe you're dealing with some mental health. I don't care what you're going through it. Maybe you're dealing with family. We would appreciate if you would just update us.
Yeah, let us know what's happening, homie.
So we can talk shit about it.
Yeah, so we can talk shit about it. Like, if you want us to talk shit about your mom, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, your whatever, let us know. We here for it. Jules is ready to talk shit. That's my job. Anything else?
Upcoming podcast?
Oh, yeah. So what do we have?
So we didn't want to get into it too much. So we went to the comedy show.
Right.
I posted the video for Israel he guilt tripped us.
I don't think he guilt tripped us.
So we're gonna have some guests on the podcast coming up soon.
Oh my God.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
We hope that it's gonna be good because it's very rarely been good for us when we have people.
Yeah. Our guests sometimes
leave wounds.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've had some great guests. Don't get us wrong. If you've been a guest, okay, we love you. You're our favorite. But it's been a minute since we got the new studio. Look at this shit. You see this plant right here? It's real. It's eucalyptus. Anyway, we're going to try and have another guest on the podcast. And he's a comedian, so we hope that it goes well.
Be nice, please.
Who, me?
You, please.
Fuck no, homie. Fuck no. If he has a dad, he's gonna get stabbed.
You did the same thing with my friends Abraham and Ariel. Please let this person have a chance.
No, there is no chance. First of all, no, I like Israel. I like him. He's cool. I mean, I have questions for him, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, we're gonna try and have a guest on the next episode. So thank you all so much for joining the podcast. Go fuck yourselves.
Stay blessed.
Goodbye. Why do you do it right.
Hey.
There you go. That was such a bitch, eh?
It's because I was breathing.
No, you were in the middle of an exhale. 3. Who's grabbing the beer?
You are.
Oh my God. 3, 2, 1. Sorry. Future Julie, fix that. Says who? I'm the lady.
You're not lady about you, bitch.
All the things are lady about me. I cross my legs. I wear Air Force Ones.
I've seen you at a buffet, bitch.
You have what King Buffet? The buffet that you took me to that I had fucking one plate at.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what you're telling people? One plate.
Oh my
they
God.
call you 3 plates, Jules.
No,
Don't lie.
that's 3 plate Tommy. You got me fucked up with 3 plate Tommy.